what is God's design biblically for marriage? I mean, for sex in marriage, but also, do you think that it has been distorted in the current times that we live in? Yeah, we can start with Paul.
So first of all, the understanding of sex before being exposed to all these things in Scripture, for me personally, was something that was meant for men, the pleasure of men. As a man, you must be served, you know. I'm coming in hot, if you know what I mean. So, getting into marriage, you realize, actually, even before marriage, from the time they were counseling us, they would emphasize how we are serving each other. So I think that's something I want to probably, Jonah will bring out others, but I want to specifically talk about that bit of the fact that that activity serves both you and your partner. It's not just because men are viewed as very sexually active and we are people whose hormones are always raging and we are visual creatures. We can easily be turned on real quick. Does not mean that women actually don't care about that.
Yeah.
And that's something for me I have seen experientially even now in marriage, that it's something that has to serve both. The woman as well has to get pleasure from it. It is something that where both of you are serving each other. If I could just pick a scripture to demonstrate some of those things. When you look at Genesis 18, verse 12, and this is the point where they were told that they would have a son, Abraham and Sarah. And 12 says, this was Sarah's response. So Sarah laughed to herself, saying, in quotes, "After I am worn out, and my Lord is old," Abraham, the husband, "shall I have pleasure?" And you imagine Sarah actually was thinking about pleasure for herself, not just the childbearing, but of course it's going to come through sex. But she's actually concerned with, I have pleasure. And the other one I would give you is from 1 Corinthians chapter 7. Let me read from 1. It says, "Now concerning matters about which you wrote," quote, "it is good for a man not to have sexual relations with a woman." So that is outside of marriage, okay? Then he says in verse 2, "But because of the temptation of sexual immorality, each man should have his own wife, and each woman her own husband." Verse 3, which is where I want to have the focus. "The husband should give his wife her conjugal rights, and likewise the wife to her husband." So it's not only about the wife giving. The wife also has a right to sex, and the husband has to give her that conjugal right. So for me, that's something I see that's not, that's kind of skewed in the culture that the Bible emphasizes. It serves the both of you. You both serve each other through it.